Today.
Oh, well, Happy New Year, baby.
Thank you.
How's everything
Meanwhile, we're the
going?
ones nuking everybody, but all right. That's what they say. You fuck around and you find out what's going on. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, that's good. So what do
Life
you
is
guys do to
amazing.
celebrate? Is today, like today, meaning Monday, the New Year?
Yeah, tonight is when we eat our dinner, um, and we celebrate our new year,
That's
which
amazing.
is the best.
And what
Yeah.
is there anything special you have for dinner?
Yes, we have sweet stuff, like honey and apples. Like we have different blessings that different kind of foods that we need to bless on. And each one represents something. But it's for us to have a sweet year, full of success, and basically, it's a lunar year. That's what we're celebrating
When
for.
do yins start apologizing? When should I expect everybody to start apologizing?
So, from today, people could start apologizing. So, I want to apologize
Okay,
if I ever
thank
hurt
you.
you.
Wait, apologize what?
If I ever hurt you,
Yeah,
if
you
I ever
never
done
hurt
you
me.
any harm.
No, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah.
But I expect a long line. Just kidding. Cactus. Is it cactus? Cactus. Where
Yes,
are you from?
Phoenix, Arizona.
And why are you here, sir?
I was on the memorial. Did you guys go to the Charlie Kirk memorial today?
How was it?
It was crazy. I heard there were over 200,000 people there. The funniest thing is the stadium only capacity is like around 64,000 people.
Right, but they had floor seating.
Yeah, and no, there was a lot of people in the parking also praying. It was like
Right.
amazing. Only one problem is I think about them is about Tucker Carlson. When I saw he was invited, I was very pissed off. And then
But why? I thought he gave a very when he spoke, he was very respectful.
no, he didn't. I don't know because the thing is, a lot of people don't read the line when he was speaking. So when he was speaking, he mentioned that the Hamas eaters in Jerusalem, those the one who killed Jesus Christ for speaking the truth. He was referring
Yeah,
to the
but
Jewish.
once again, I was worried when I saw Tucker Carlson on the list. I don't think you could expect much better than that.
No,
Okay, I get it. He did go
yeah.
down that road, but I don't know. The part of
But
me,
after that, though, I think she picked the weather. I think make the best speak I ever listened to any, not just any weather because it was amazing. And I think the people who speak the best it was the weather, and then the Marco Rubio, and also what they call JD Van also did very good. Yeah.
so what do you do? Go around and like rate everybody's speeches at memorial services? Is that like what you do professionally or what?
No, no. I was just saying my opinion about
What did you
everything.
think about Trump's speech?
It was good.
Okay. Well, because I mean, they'll criticize. I don't know what the coverage has been, but they'll criticize Trump for the opponent. I don't want my opponents to do well line and a couple other things he said. But all right, well,
And also the Stephen Miller speak also was good. I think it was good too.
yeah. What about whenever Stephen Miller said something like, "You guys don't build anything. You guys can't do anything." Like I don't know who he was saying you to. My guess is everybody but the white folk.
No,
Uh,
I think he was talking about the left.
okay.
The
Maybe
left.
you
That's
don't know Stephen Miller that well.
yeah, he was talking about the left. I mean, that's why the left hated his speech. Like, what funniest thing is, a lot of people, even in the Republican, has no idea that Stephen Miller is Jewish. A lot of people don't know, which is the funniest thing.
But but why would that bother anybody? Stephen Miller is somebody that embraces Trump's policies. He fights for
Yes.
them.
Yeah, he's the
Uh,
most conservative actually on the Trump movement. Like in the Trump administration, he's
well, I
probably
would
the
say
most
he's close to
conservative.
like radical right, and that's fine. I'm cool with Stephen Miller.
Yeah,
Uh,
I same here. I think he's an amazing person.
yeah, but
No,
but the way that you said it is as if Trump's base would have an issue that Stephen Miller is Jewish. That's the way that I
no,
took that comment. Oh,
no,
okay.
no, no, no.
Okay, that's the way
The
that
thing
I took
is,
it.
the main reason I say that is there's a lot of people, especially like a Candace Owen, who would think like Stephen Miller, who would never imagine Stephen Miller is a Jew or anything, because he's being like all his episode, it was everything about like anti-Israel, like Tucker Carlson, like out of the 20 of his past episode, 90 of them is was anti-Israel, like everyone is about Israel. Like you can go look at it. It's like every 90 of those episodes is about Israel. It is kind of crazy, like how he was from like most a pro-Israeli advocate to turn around to become the most Israeli hater in the conservative
Well,
movement.
somebody said that there's a country out there funding Little Tucker. You think that's true?
I heard about that, but because there's no evidence, I'm not very conspiracy theorist. I did,
Okay, but hold on.
yeah.
Why imagine your whole professional life you support one side and then magically overnight you flip?
And here's the thing.
And not
In
just
the
flip
past,
gradually, flip
exactly. Here's the thing. Here's
completely.
the thing. I think conservatives hasn't seen this one, right? Since in the past since in the past year, like he hasn't said any word to criticize the left either. Listen to his talking point. Give you example. Everything he was talking about, he trying to like leave all of the leftists with the violence they did against Carlos Ghosn. He trying to evade this that kind of stuff, and then trying to claim a moral superiority when he's talking about. Because the thing is, for me, I want the conservative movement to blame the left because this was left wing violence against Charlie Kirk. That's how I wanted to be everyone to see it, not any other ways thing. What you were trying to say?
What am I trying to say is, can I just summarize what you're saying is he flipped from Team Israel to against Israel, and he spends more time bashing the state of Israel than the
Yes,
left. Am I correct with those two
yes,
statements?
yes, yeah.
Okay, so just hear me out and then tell me how accurate it could sound. Okay, you don't want to believe conspiracy theories, that's fine.
Yes.
Tucker Carlson has spent his professional life defending conservative values, supporting the state of Israel, and that's pretty much that. Okay.
Yes.
Then magically, one day it changes. And instead of bashing the left and defending conservative values, he decides to start bashing the state of Israel. And then the reason why he does not want to bash the state of Israel, because there are anti-Semitic assholes on the left and the right. So
True. Yeah, I agree.
he doesn't want to piss off the left-leaning anti-Jews, right? So that's why his approach is this way. How accurate does that sound?
Yes, yes, you're
Okay.
100% accurate.
All right. So very good. So whenever I said there's a fucking country funding Tucker now, and you very quickly brushed it off.
Yes, no, I didn't brush it off, my friend. I didn't
You
brush
did.
it
You
off.
said I don't like conspiracy theories, and then you
No,
proceeded to make a
no,
point.
no. What I was trying to point to say was that like I don't usually just accuse people of something that I don't have evidence for.
But
Usually,
I just gave you the fucking evidence.
yes, yes. But here's the thing: I have even stronger evidence. Like I have even evidence. Like like his like Tucker Carlson network. The person who funded it is the jihadist. Yeah, the main funder of the Tucker Carlson network, the network that he's put his show, it's a jihadist. I can show you the guy. It's
I'm not 100% caught up. Do you think that person supports the state of Israel? Yes or no?
no,
So why the fuck, whenever I said exactly what you're essentially saying, you brushed it off? Why is that?
no, I didn't brush it off, Laurel. I didn't brush it off. I think like I sound, I did sound like I brushed it off, but that's not what I meant. Did that make sense?
I got you. Daniela, how are you?
Good, how are you, Dave?
I'm great.
I
How?
just made a video about that anti-Semite Tucker Carlson that instead of his standing on a podium at his friend's funeral and actually talking about his friend, he was being giving a backstory of how Jesus got unalive and who did it, basically hinting who unalived Charlie Kirk.
I.
Disgusting.
And here's even crazier. Like, who's the
Okay.
heck
Wait,
will?
hold on, Cactus. Hold on. Daniela, when I saw Tucker was on the list of speakers, I don't know. Just I don't know. I don't know what to say. And just list. I don't know. Tucker is Tucker, bro. It's so.
Shocked me was the crowd that was going and applauding and going crazy. to when he actually said that.
He
That
No,
said
no,
it.
actually.
no, no, no.
Wait,
They were
stop.
not,
So
not
Hold
one
on,
plotting.
second.
Cactus.
So
Stop.
he said.
Cactus, stop for a second, please. Go ahead.
This reminds me of a story thousands of years ago when you had this man that was spreading a word, and this group of people decided that, we're going to stop from him spreading the word, so we're just going to unalive him. Basically, he was talking about Jesus, and we know exactly who he was blaming, and basically hinting that the same people that did that to Jesus are the same people that did it to Charlie, because that's what he's
I
been
don't
going
think
off.
I don't remember drawing a correlation when hearing it that he said that it's the same people, and I think the crowd was cheering the fact that they try and silence people that are right, that are correct.
But as a
Go ahead.
Christian man, he should have known that Jesus laid himself for everybody's sins, and Jesus himself does not blame anybody. And it literally says in the New Testament, "Forgive them, for they not know." So, as a Christian man, I would think that he would not do something like that and actually talk about his friend. But I think he was pushing his political agenda of what he's been saying lately about Israel. That's how
Okay.
a lot of people took it, by the way.
And now that I'm processing everything, yeah, I could see that. And once again, Tucker is he's a smart dude. Everything he does is by design as well. And you know what's funny, Daniela? There was one point this weekend where I was responding in a group chat to something that you posted, and the internet where I was went out, and I was like, "That's a sign not to send that fucking message." How was the weekend, though, Daniela?
Today is the Rosh Hashanah. We're celebrating the New Year of the
Now, do
Jewish
you say
people.
Happy New Year? Yes.
You say, yeah, you can say Happy New Year or Shana Tova, we say, but Happy New
Okay.
Year goes.
All right. Very good. Well, Happy New Year.
Thank
Zionist was
you.
just saying
Happy
that
New Year to you.
you guys eat a lot of sweets.
Yes.
Okay.
Shana
We eat
tova,
apple
me
with
too.
honey. Shana Tova, Fashiri. We eat, how do you say rimon in English? It's the pomegranate?
Yeah, pomegranate.
We
Pomegranate.
eat pomegranates. We eat apple with honey. We eat the head of the fish and not the tail because we bless people to always be ahead and not in the back. But yeah, it's a nice holiday. We love this holiday.
Awesome. All right. Let's
We
go
select,
to
we select את כל אויבינו.
All right. Let's go to MJ. MJ, where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
All right. And what brings you up, sir?
No, I guess the little bit of talks about the Tucker situation a little bit and insinuating there was some like weird agenda on his speech. Like he essentially, in my opinion, as a Christian person as well, he summarized what the Bible was telling about what happened to Jesus. He was just saying what happened to him in terms of he was speaking, and then he was silenced for his speech. And
But
there's
did you
like
take
if
from
you
his speech,
hold
MJ?
on. May I finish? I'm
Stop,
almost done.
MJ. Stop, MJ. Did you take from his speech that the Jews killed Jesus?
I mean, it's just a fact. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
It's not from his speech. It's not from his speech. It's from the Bible.
But you could pick a lot of stories from the Bible that can apply to your friend that just died. Daniela's point
Well,
was.
he's also
Go ahead.
talking about the fact that like Charlie, who believed in Jesus, essentially was like in a sense, he was silenced for his his speech and for the things he believed in, amongst the biggest one being that he believed in Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So
No, no, no.
if
One
you have to
second, one
draw.
second, one second. That's not true. Charlie Kirk was not unalive because of his belief on Charlie, because of his Christ's belief. The person who's got arrested right now, he speak because he hate to transgender. That's the reason why he would want to unalive him, not about Jesus Christ. Stop trying to make stuff like Charlie Kirk was believing Christ, was amazing evangelical Christians just like me. So stop trying to twist the
Wait,
story.
Cactus, just hold on one second. So we have Daniela coming up and saying, she said she just made a video and she was criticizing Tucker for implying that the Jews killed Jesus, and which also implies that the Jews killed Charlie Kirk. I think she took it maybe a step further than I would, but that's fine, no problem. She's entitled to do so. Do you believe that that's what he was trying to do? Cactus?
Who?
Huh?
What was he trying to imply that the
Yeah.
Jews are responsible for Charlie's death?
He was trying to imply that the reason they unalive Charlie Cook is because it's his Christian.
Okay, so
There
the
was
answer is no. So the answer is
no.
no. Okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
Yes.
MJ, did you
Yes.
take Tucker's speech as a roundabout way of saying that the Jews or Israel took out
No.
Charlie?
No. No.
No. Okay.
And I kind of answer to Cactus real quick because
Sure.
Cactus is categorizing who Charlie Kirk is without actually clearly not knowing him. Charlie Kirk began his debates or speeches even as one of the things he first does is declare his faith in Christ, right? And then his beliefs and what he stood for, literally everything, even his political stance, is based off his Christian faith and Jesus Christ, and his conservatism comes from that. So to say that believing in Jesus had nothing to do with it is bullshit. Stop trying
No,
to
no, no,
categorize
no, no,
like
no.
that.
That no, no,
Yes,
no, 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 no,
yes,
no, 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 no.
yes,
No,
yes.
here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. Let me repeat what I said.
Oh,
The
here we
person
go.
who unalived Charlie Kirk said they unalived the Charles Kirk because of his hatred
Nope,
of
he didn't say that.
transgender.
He didn't say that.
He
Where did he
hasn't
say that?
even spoken.
He didn't say that. So where are
Really?
you
He hasn't
getting that
even
from?
spoken.
Okay, yeah,
This
one
is the
second.
government
Cactus,
trying to
where's
All
the
right,
fuck
just
facts?
hold
us
on one second.
and
Hold
dick
on one
us.
second.
And
Crypto,
I'm
where are you from,
sorry.
Crypto?
I'm a New Yorker.
All right,
40
what brings you up?
40. I'm 40 years old. I'm from New York,
That's tremendous.
and I am way. I went through the whole drama with being Catholic, being
Not the drama of being Catholic.
evangelical, being Mormon. I went through the whole thing because
You're a
I needed to
Mormon.
be. I was Mormon.
Do you know what
I went on the
soaking
mission.
is?
This is crazy to me. Stop believing in this bullshit. It had nothing to do with religion. It had to do with
Okay.
money.
Ignoring soaking.
The
Okay.
fact, listen, the
Uh,
fact that they did this to this person, it was in that. All of a sudden, we're talking about Kirk, and what about the Epstein files? What about these rich people raping children? And all of a sudden, we're talking about, dude. Did you see what happened in Arizona today? In State Farm, it was like it was. I was puking.
why were you puking?
This dude, this is a podcaster. He
Okay, so
wasn't
you
Jesus
were.
Christ. Like the
I,
fact that he
but hold on,
created this.
crypto. We had thousands of black people celebrate a man that overdosed on fentanyl, right? Back in 2020,
Ooh.
St. George Floyd.
black people
I
is
don't
white
want to
No,
hear
people.
no,
from
no, no.
anybody
He
but
was
crypto.
it was the
I don't want to
neck.
hear it. Go ahead, crypto.
It was the
Explain.
neck. Can we stop?
Give a
It
full
was
context.
the yeah,
Wait, hold
yeah,
on one
crazy
second,
with his beliefs.
MJ. I don't want to hear from you right now. Go ahead,
It,
crypto.
it, it was the neck in his throat, and you guys still believe it was fentanyl?
Okay, but crypto, just imagine in 2020 if
I'm
Reverend
black.
Al
I'm black, by the way.
Sharpton
I'm black.
or one of these dumbass leaders from the black community said, I'm going to come to Minneapolis and we're going to have a prayer service that very much like yesterday. Do you think you could get 100,000 people to show up? Fuck no.
Listen.
You
The
think you could get
fact that you guys
10,000
say
people to show up? Fuck
it's a
no.
civil war, and when you guys realize that it was a
It's a
white
civil
dude, like it's
war.
always been a
There's
white
only
dude,
one
you're
side.
like, oh, thoughts and
Stop,
prayers.
crypto.
This
There's
is the
only one
bullshit,
side standing behind bulletproof
dude. No,
glass
but
at memorials,
listen,
and that's the Republicans.
yo, baby. This is the issue: is that it was like, why were HBCUs being threatened when, and then all of a sudden you guys found out it was one of y'all. All of a
Wait,
sudden it's
I'm so
like,
sorry.
my
This
bad.
crypto.
My
I don't
bad,
know
because
if
y'all
you're
thought it's like
crypto. Shut
we
up.
don't do
I
that
don't
shit to
know if you're a
people.
white girl wasted or what's going on,
No, I'm not
but
black or wasted. It's the truth. It's reality.
I
It's
got you.
always
But
y'all.
who
It's
called the
always
HBCUs?
y'all incels, y'all
Hello,
pervs
crypto. Can you answer
that
me?
don't like anybody, and then you kill, you
Crypto, can you
unalive
answer
people.
me?
Go
All right.
ahead.
Who called the HBCUs? Daniela, please stop. Hold on. Crypto, who called the crypto? Who called the HBCUs? Was it a Republican? Was it a Charlie Kirk supporter?
No, it was white folk. Like you
How do you know
understand? It's
that?
always
Did
been
they
the
find the
government.
person?
I don't hate. Like, listen, I have family that are MAGA. Like I'm black and I have family that are MAGA. It's not y'all. It's the rich people that are trying to scare all of us, and
Okay,
we fall
so
for it. We've been
just
falling
very
for it
simple
for like
question.
200 years, and we like, oh yeah, we have to deal with this. It's
All right,
rich people that don't give a fuck
I
about
just want
anybody
short
else.
answers to my short questions. Why was the response different? Like yesterday, 100%. It doesn't matter what side you're on. That was the proper response.
That
Uh,
is a proper response, but the fact that we're this the fact that on Fox News they said that
Wait, hold on, crypto, stop. Why is it in 2020 there were cities where they had buildings on fire, buildings looted, over 1,000 officers nationwide hurt? Why the two different responses?
because you guys are always the violent people. Who unalived George
Wait, I'm
Floyd?
so
No,
sorry.
no, listen, listen,
How
because
is
you're
going
telling
to
me to
a
shut up,
prayer
right?
service?
You asked
How
me
is
a
that
question, but
dividing
you
people?
still don't let me respond.
Stop.
Okay, go ahead.
Answer
Go
me
ahead.
directly. How is what happened yesterday in Arizona dividing people?
No, you can grieve for whoever you want to grieve, right? But the fact that they want to make him a saint when he was spewing hate, saint,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
and he was
There are
spewing hate.
statues of
This
Saint
is the
George
issue that
Floyd
we
out
have. You see, there's a difference between awesome. I'm half white. Okay, there's a
Wait,
difference
stop. I don't
between.
give a fuck
Well,
what you
let
are.
me talk.
Stop,
Okay, oh my gosh. Okay,
stop
you're
right
not gonna let
now.
me speak. Go ahead.
Stop right now. Who was a better human being while on this planet? Charlie Kirk or St. George Floyd? I don't.
When I finish, we didn't
Who was a?
know.
Can
We
you
didn't
answer me
know.
directly? Who was a better
Yeah,
person?
I'm gonna answer directly. We didn't know who George Floyd was until we saw that neck. That
Once
that
again,
that
the
that
question.
the knee
The
in the neck.
question
We didn't
was
know who he
okay.
was, right? But George
Let's just
Floyd
start
had
over.
his spewing hatred.
Let's just start over. Let's start over. Once again, and this is the thing that I have learned a lot over the last 10, 12 days is I think the perception is it's a left right thing, it's a white black thing, it's a Christian or Jewish versus Muslim thing. No, it is common sense and facts are on one side, and the other side just rambles on like a drunk homeless guy, just like the last dude. Like there's no way around it. That is where we are at as a country. Um, so I don't know what side you guys are on, but hopefully you're on the right side. Uh, let's go with Alan. Alan, where are you from?
Virginia.
What brings you up, sir?
Well, I did want to talk about the background, but I was also listening when the Zionists were up here talking about Tucker Carlson.
Okay.
Personally, he didn't say like I don't think he said anything about Jewish people specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is so hyper focused on this part where he's talking about guys sitting in a room eating hummus, plotting to unalive Jesus, right? But Romans historically they also ate hummus. So like all these Jewish people are freaking out, like, oh,
I'm not.
this is
I'll
anti-Semitic.
bring one of them back up. We'll have that discussion in a minute. Why the different
Okay.
reactions to two different deaths? Why is that?
Well, I would just say probably like the historical context of the black community with the police, um, and the simple fact like it was like another white person who unalived Charlie Kirk. So like, what are you guys going to write about?
Do you agree both groups of people were upset over a death?
Yeah, and rightfully so. I don't
I
think
got you. So
what happened to either.
why is it one group decided to pray a lot more and the other side essentially decided to steal a lot more? Like there was a lot of looting, there were fire set, etc. Why do you think that is?
Well, because like we have different positions in America.
Elaborate.
Like
When
obviously,
you say
like
different
I said,
positions, wait, hold on. Let's just let me just ask you very bluntly. Um, Whether you're white or black or whatever death you're grieving, you could always go pray, right? Or you could make a choice to go set a building on fucking fire and loot it. You agree with that, right? That it doesn't matter. I
I
don't know.
mean, I'm not religious, but either way, what is praying going to do realistically when police have been how however you feel, like black people feel like police have been unjustly unaliving black people for a long time.
But
So
the frustrating part in talking to people is you could feel a certain way, but facts are more white people die at the hands of a police officer every year than black people.
yes, that's right. But y'all love to bring up 1355, right? What about per capita when it comes to our deaths? What about
Right.
pro capita when it comes to exonerations as well? Like we got to take that into consideration too.
Well,
And
listen,
yes,
I don't think that this whole argument about 55% of the murders and then the exonerations, I feel that is one of the weakest, most dumb arguments I've heard. And the reason why I say that is why are you focusing on the couple dozen exonerations instead of the few thousand murders that black people have committed? That's the problem.
okay, yeah, I get that, but like it's just like no one takes that also into consideration.
I think it's fair to take into consideration, but what should we focus on? The few thousand murders or the couple dozen exonerations?
Well, I'm not denying that there's obviously a problem with crime within the black community. I'm not denying
Okay,
that.
great. Okay, there are a lot of people that do deny it to be fair. So, but go ahead, continue.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, you bring up the fact that yeah, more white people are unalived by the police, but when you're a smaller community and you also have a lot of unalivings by the police, and you don't have as much systematic power to fight back, like you're gonna see reactions like what happened in 2020. And also, what about January 6th? Like you guys think you're about to lose an election and you want to overthrow the government and like what, two people lost their lives? Yeah, maybe
Wait, first of all,
there
on
wasn't any
January 6th,
burning.
one person lost their life. That was a Trump
No,
supporter.
no, no, it was a officer lost their life as well.
Go get the name of a person, another person that died
It
on
was
January
Ashley
6th. It was Ashley Babbitt. Go ahead. And tell me who was the other person that died that day.
Michael Fanone. He was an
And check and see what date they died.
All right.
Host, I just want to correct. Can I correct one stat that you were talking about a minute ago?
Short glitch.
You're talking about exonerations. There's way more than a couple dozen exonerations.
What
In
number
fact,
is? Wait, glitch.
there's 163 in 2023,
Okay,
and
glitch. Can you look at
61% were
2019?
black.
Hello, glitch. Can you look at 2019?
Just the year 2019.
Yeah. Tell me how many exonerations was then. All right. Go ahead, Alan. Give me the name of the person that died on that you're saying, and then tell me the date that they died.
well, his injuries were from the attack, brain injury he suffered from January 6th. Okay, yeah, he didn't die directly on the day, but I mean, we just have to do anything if his injuries are what caused it. So,
Gotcha.
like,
All right, so let's just go back to the original question. First, are you putting the summer of 2020? Are you putting that on the same level as January 6th?
no, but what I'm
Okay.
saying is when you guys feel wronged, in which I don't think the election was rigged, but you guys felt wronged, why you guys act like you don't get violent as well?
Well, to me, um, it does seem that the violence is going one way, right? You've had two attempts on Trump's life. You had Charlie Kirk taken. Even the Democrats that you guys seem to like glorify in Minnesota, I think it was Minnesota, that was a Democrat. That was like a coworker
That's a
of theirs. That was a Democrat that went to go do it.
that's a lie. No, that's a lie.
Wait, I'm sorry. The guy was worked for the
He was a
Democrats.
registered Democrat.
Correct.
I'd have to look into
I
that.
think
Okay,
that's
so why
false. He was a
why
I'd
right
have
don't
to
you
winger.
go
I'd
look
have to look
into
into
it?
that because I find it hard to believe.
Host, we've had
Hold on
numerous
one second. Hold on,
schmurders.
glitch. What are we doing, glitch?
What?
I'm talking to this numbnuts. I'll get to your dumbass next. Go ahead, Alan.
Oh, you silly little white nationalist bitch.
Oh
You
no.
can talk to more than one person at once, can't you? You're smart enough to do that, right? You fucking racist cunt.
Oh no. Not the sassy guy calling me a racist cunt. All right, Zesty, I appreciate you. Uh, both of you are not connecting. Proud?
Hey, brother, what's going on, man?
How are you?
What's happening?
What brings you up?
I'm doing all right, but I'd be doing a lot better if Charlie Kirk was still alive. What me up is I've been
Your internet is not working out too well right now. All right, Proud, I'm going to move on. I hope he was breaking up for you guys as well. Thickness, where are you from?
Shoot, Texas.
What brings you up?
I say, well, I see that you guys have because a white man killed another white man. I mean, unalived another white man. You guys are doing hugs, and you have a picture of police brutality of what they did to a black man as if I what did you expect the response to be when they're sitting over here unaliving black people constantly in this country?
Right. Okay, so regardless, the reaction.
Regardless.
Can we agree that the reactions have been different? Yes or no?
No, we cannot agree because do you know that the reactions that you guys said over here, a white man killed another white
Wait,
man
I'm so
in the
sorry.
neck, and then
Hold
you
on.
guys said over here, and you white people came
Thickness.
after black HBCUs, and then and then there's two black boys hanging from Mississippi after this shit. You
Hanging from
motherfuckers continue to
Mississippi.
sit over here and come after us, and you guys, all this white on white crime is the problem.
All right, Thickness, do me a favor. Don't act like an uncaged animal. Have a
Act like an
conversation.
uncaged gentleman when I'm sitting here
Have
telling
a
you the truth and the
conversation.
facts. You don't like
So,
them, huh?
I got
You
you.
don't like the
So,
truth or the facts.
okay, so let's keep it very simple. Every year,
For
who
you dummies,
dies?
yeah.
Once again, don't let me say that you're an uncaged animal and then you proceed
I
to
don't
kill
care
the
what you
actual animal.
say, white man, you
Okay,
little snow
there
rat.
you
Nobody gives
go.
a fuck about what your snow
And
rat.
that's what I'm talking about, dumbass. It's either you are based with facts and reality, or you are filled with anger and lies. It's that simple. Like, I don't get it. For me to say, do you agree at the very least that both the two reactions, photo one, photo two, were different? If the answer is no, and you start blabbing about HBCUs getting bomb threats, I mean, uncaged, ignorant animal. There's no way around it. I'm sorry. So, does your dumbass want to answer questions, or do you want me to drop your dumbass?
Right, and that's what the problem is with you guys. You want to sit over here and say uncaged animal when you guys sit over here and you are always. You want to sit over here.
Hello?
You want to show a
Hello?
picture of
Okay,
y'all
there you go.
motherfuckers praying, but you don't want to
Y'all
show.
motherfuckers. Y'all motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of here. Why is it that you guys act that way? Say no to racism, okay?
What's up, big dog? How's it going?
Fantastic. Where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
And what brings you up?
I would just like to tell you is that, the shooter of Charlie Kirk was actually a Republican, identifying as the left. It was truly confirmed. And also, the George
Explain
Floyd
how you get
protest,
that. Explain how you get that.
you can check the files.
The files. What files?
Yes, exactly.
What files?
The sniper that killed Charlie Kirk was a Republican identifying as the left to defame
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Democrats.
Say no, please. Please. Once
And
again, I
also,
literally just said you're either based in facts and reality or you're miserable and spewing bullshit.
I'm
So
a real
don't prove me
strong
right.
man that
Just tell
stands
me.
against
Hold on.
misogyny.
Stop. Tell me what files I can see that verifies that the shooter was a Republican. Go ahead.
The files written by CBS News.
Okay, go ahead. And what did they say?
Yes, they made it clear that the shooter was actually a Republican,
Wrong.
identifying as the left.
Wrong.
Why did it happen in a Republican
What does
state?
that? What does that mean? So, did you watch the news conference when the state of Utah last week, the day that the shooter appeared in front of a judge. Did you watch that news conference?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me one thing that came out of anybody's mouth that says, "Yep, that's a Republican."
That was AI made, man. That wasn't a real
That
video.
was AI made. All right, very good. I
Yes.
appreciate you saying no. Like, that's what am I supposed to do with that? And I think all of you should. I have no problem. Actually, let me talk to this person first, and then we'll go from that. Anthony, where are you from, sir?
From New Jersey, but now I live in Alabama.
Tremendous. And what brings you up?
I just wanted to debate with that guy we were just talking to.
Well, he is no longer here. Give me your thoughts on the photo, then I'll move on to the next one.
I think your photo is absolutely 100% precise.
I appreciate that. Your thoughts on the memorial service yesterday?
What a beautiful service it was. I think everybody who spoke very eloquently. I think that Charlie Kirk's wife is probably the strongest woman in America to go up and make the statements that she made after losing her husband and a father to her children is just incredible.
Well, here goes Say No. I'll bring him back up real quick, and then you can talk to him, and then we'll go from there.
What's up?
Good, Anthony. You said you want to talk to Say No. Go.
Yeah, so tell me about this gentleman being a MAGA before he was. Tell me that whole thing because I jumped in halfway through it and I really like to hear what you have to say.
All right, is it just me and you debating, or other people are going to be jumping in? Because I don't want to be interrupted.
All right, Anthony, I appreciate you. I'm going to move on to somebody else. I'm going to get rid of that guy. But I appreciate you and your nice words, sir.
Before you bring somebody up, can I say something?
I already clicked accept, but of course, go ahead.
Okay, so let me quote Tucker Carlson so people have a little bit of, context. So he said, oh my God. Hello?
All right, they're done. Go.
He said, people in power 2,000 years ago eating hummus around a table. Now we know what the anti-Semitic trope is that Jews run the world, and we know exactly who eats hummus. But I think everybody should know Jews did not have power back in the day. Actually, the Romans had it. So yes, he's anti-Semitic,
All right,
and
very
he
good.
was referring
I'm
to us.
trying to avoid the whole Israel thing, okay?
I was just
Charlie!
laughing that he said Romans eat hummus. What the fuck?
Charlie, where are you from? Charlie? You're breathing heavy. Okay, you're breathing very heavy, Charlie. Why? All right, hi, where are you from?
I'm from Texas. What's going on, brother? Good morning to all.
Good morning. What brings you up, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What brings you up?
Oh, I was just interested in your premise. I am a Republican. I voted for Trump since 2016, and I absolutely agree to what you have there in your prompt. I believe that the Democrat Party has turned into the violent political party. Unfortunately for them, there was a friend of mine who asked me, what can the Democrat Party do in order to become more moderate? And I told him, well, unfortunately, the Democrat Party has been kidnapped in a way by the extreme left, by the woke ideology. So whatever politician that comes from the Democrat Party is going to have to abide to what the woke left wants. If not, then they're not going to have any donors, any money. So until they get away from that woke ideology, the Republicans are going to still win. That's my
I
perspective
appreciate that.
on that.
Travis, where are you from?
Hey man, from Iowa.
What brings you up, sir?
Yeah, it's just one thing. The only difference between the two that I think there is would be that the George Floyd that was there was a lot of incitations, like things put in place, product placement, uh, and a lot of other things going on at the time. COVID, everybody, You know,
What was the
a lot.
product placement? What the fuck was that about?
So I'm from like Minneapolis area, and like I know a lot of people actually went up to Minneapolis, and I think people are confusing one thing like the BLM protests with the George Floyd riots, because those riots were incited by many of the media organizations and pushing people to do the things that they did. Uh, so I mean, there is a major difference between the two. Being that the media organizations were calling for peace when it came to Charlie, and they were definitely more aggressive and more fight, more, we're losing our rights, more lockdowns, more like just dysphoria amongst the people. And then when I said product placement, officers and organizations dropping pallets of bricks and like different weapons to use against people. I mean, it was a major thing that was true that was happening. You know what I mean? So,
So you mean to say that people don't have a choice and act in a certain way?
I mean, I do go. I know where you're coming from, but I know that there's an influence. And
You
especially
agree?
amongst.
Wait, Travis, listen. You've rambled on enough. You agree with me that Reverend Al Sharpton, any of these black leaders, Jesse Jackson, Benjamin Crump. Okay, not that he's really a leader; he's more of a lawyer. But couldn't they go to Minneapolis or and Philly where shit was burning or anywhere and say we're gonna have a prayer vigil at so and so church? Let's just say hypothetically a couple days after Floyd died of an overdose, Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton went in and said, "We're going to have a prayer vigil." You think you could get 100,000 or 200,000 people to show up instead of go loot?
Um,
No, you can't. Point blank, you can't. Why? Because they would much rather loot. And that's my point.
yeah, I mean that's kind of it falls in the lines of kind of what I was saying too. At the same time,
I'm going to be honest. Once again, Travis, you have rambled on a lot. What is your just the biggest point? You agree that the responses have been different. What you're saying is what I heard once again is that the media built it up and there was stuff handed out to them essentially, correct?
correct. Yeah, yeah, and
Okay.
on top of that, it would be like with everything else that was going on, the election. I mean, it was a really, really terrible time for everyone, and I think a lot of people were just self projecting and enjoying those riots to kind of feel like they're a part of the movement. Uh,
I got you. So they said, look, instead of staying inside for COVID, there's a nice movement going on. Let's go set shit on fire and loot.
yeah, I mean, it was
Okay,
it
great.
was a wild situation. I mean, definitely,
Absolutely wild, wild, wild is right.
right.
And there are people
Honestly,
that come up here to defend what happened in the summer of 2020.
Oh man, I don't defend it at all, but I feel like the people were definitely under influence and provocation. You know.
I
I
got you. I
think people
appreciate
just
you.
found it as an
Joe, where
excuse
are you
to go
from?
ahead and be
Wait,
crazy.
what's that?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I think people just found it as an excuse. All these like all the criminals and everybody that just wanted to steal shit. They use it as an excuse, and they're like, "Oh, he was black. We're gonna stand up for our black community." But it just gave a reason for criminals to try to
Get a new
justify
big
their
city. Right.
their
Well,
actions.
the reason was because there's a white cop killing a black guy. That was the
No,
whole.
but he didn't kill him. He died from overdose.
No, I'm saying that was their justification of doing what they did.
That was their pretend justification. It was just chaos for no reason. Criminals don't need a reason to
Justification is
come.
there to loot and to
Yeah.
steal and to burn. Like, what are we on about?
You
What
guys know it was
justification
it
do you
was
have for
The
all
that?
But
politics.
justification
that
is
is
It was
their
all
that
racism,
is their
propaganda.
mentality. That's what they fucking do.
institutional racism.
Like
That's their justification.
I'm
Well,
trying to
what's
get
wrong,
to,
Travis? What's wrong, Travis? I hear you sighing down there. What's wrong?
yeah, I'm just saying like people like you got to realize this was definitely like propaganda, like political motivation at its finest. I mean
Okay, let me
it
go burn a store, okay? And then you come and tell people that there was justification, and then I'll come out and
No,
just
no,
say I was
no. We're
pissed.
not saying
I
there
was
was
pissed off. I was
justification.
I
angry. Let me
said
just go,
nothing of
It's
justification.
not us
Okay.
saying justification. They're trying to use that as justification when in reality,
Well, there
anybody
is
normal
none,
with a
and it
normal
shouldn't be.
human with a normal human brain Well, no, that is just being a fucking criminal.
All right, can I hear from? I'm so sorry. Who is above Travis? Jokes. I heard you're from
Yeah,
Tennessee. What brings you up, kind
yeah,
sir?
yeah. So I think the whole thing of the what's behind the political parties right now, as far especially the Democrats right now, is their thinking is completely disjointed. Unfortunately, we've had some people on the right that have done that. You know, now Pam Bondi coming out and saying that we've got to do something about hate speech. When you know the right has been saying for so long there is no such thing as hate speech. There might be speech that you hate, but unless it's a call to action, there's no hate speech. But when you go to the Democrats, they've gone overboard with this disjointed thinking of you know Charlie Kirk had it coming. Well, okay, if Charlie Kirk had it coming because he was homophobic and transphobic and racist, well then by that same thinking, then the Palestinians, they've got it coming too, because you're not going to find much more homophobic or transphobic attitudes than there. You know, you've got this whole thing of you know, calling something what exactly what it's not. You know, calling the BLM riots the summer of love. You know, standing in front of a burning building and saying it was a mostly peaceful protest because their ideas cannot stand on their own. And you know, what we saw, if you look in the past, basically the a lot of these parties were not able to reconstruct themselves. It just came to the point of where the ideology of the party became, you know, so ridiculous and so uh, you know, untenable that the party itself just dissolved. You saw it with the Whigs, you saw it with the Know Nothings. You know, eventually it'll get there because I do not think the Democrats will self correct. That's why I think this whole thing of Mondani getting elected in New York, like it looks like he's going to do, is going to be a great thing because he'll destroy New York, and
You
then
The
do this
people will
every
be able
time.
to see what's going to go on.
Stop.
What is going
You come
on?
up to a panel and just fucking go until somebody stops you.
Right.
Is that what you fucking do?
I saw your reactions, man. I was waiting for it.
Hello, Jokes. Is
No,
that what you fucking do?
that was the end of it. I was actually stopping.
But if
So sorry
I
about
did
that.
not say anything, you would have fucking kept going for at least another
No,
5 minutes.
actually, the
No doubt.
Mom Donnie thing was the last thing I was going to say. So anyway, go.
Like, nothing. I don't get it. But fuck Mom Donnie. Hopefully, he loses. Let's go to. I think it said my black. Good, my black. What do you got? Where you from?
My Black World, Texas.
And what brings you up?
Well, I'm looking at the prompt, and it definitely evoked a response in the sense that I've heard this comparison before, and I think that what's lost on people is that in George Floyd's case, the problem that we have here, and that always gets overlooked, is that George Floyd, there was no justice or due process
What are you talking about?
that was underway.
Chauvin was arrested.
And
What are you
I
talking
beg your
about?
pardon?
Derek Chauvin is in jail right now.
Yeah, but that was after public outcry.
I got you. So
And
you're
because
saying
cops don't get immediately arrested. They get investigated.
Oh my
Hello?
god.
so? Are
no,
you
that's
saying?
not.
Wait, hold on, my black. Are you saying that that is because of the process that each police department has that justifies uh, going and setting fires and looting?
No, what happened is that fitting a long pattern of
What
not
what's
having
the long
any
pattern?
of not having any due process or adjudication
You
for
first
perpetrators.
Oh
black.
wait,
Let's
wait, wait. Oh, you mean?
Hold on
I'm
one
sorry.
second. I don't
Go,
want to hear from
go here.
anybody. I
Actually,
don't want to
no.
hear
Let me
from
let me let
anybody
me
but
finish this
black.
thought.
So
Let me
black,
finish
listen.
this thought.
No, hold on one second, sir. Just answer me directly. Just very, very yes, no answers, please. it blows my mind on how ignorant some people are. I'm not calling you ignorant, just people with this mindset. So the question, very simply, is: do you agree that more white people are killed by police officers in this country every year?
That's actually not the issue in this case,
Just yes or no.
and
Just yes or no,
that's a
please.
presumption on your part about people being ignorant about this issue. In
But
Charlie
sir,
Kirk's
once
case,
again,
there was in
My
Charlie
black.
Kirk's
Do you
case
understand what I said?
there was
You
adjudication
answer
for
my
the
question, or
perpetrator.
I drop your ass. Do
No,
you?
no, you just you don't like to
Okay,
hear what you
okay,
don't want
very
to
good.
hear.
All right, so black. Once again, last try before I drop you. Simple question:
I
do
know, because
you
you're not like
recognize?
Charlie Kirk, right?
Wait, what?
Charlie Kirk would hear me out, right? But you can't,
I got you.
because
Answer the question directly.
you can't tolerate
Answer
being
what?
disagreed with.
And that's what I'm saying. Why
You're
is
not
it
answering, buddy.
black? It's a simple question.
First
Why
off,
is
you're not
it
allowing me to
that
complete
there's
a
so
thought.
many people like you that come up and act like uncaged, ignorant animals
No, see, and
nonstop?
that's bullshit.
What? Answer my
That's
question.
bullshit.
Okay, well there you go. Back to the chat you go, bro.
So he
Listen,
doesn't
you
like
better
the fact that New
go
York
ahead.
has its own policies on how to deal with jurisdiction in New York, which is a Democrat state. He doesn't like. Oh my God, with these people, man.
I'm sorry. Jesse, where are you from? Jesse? All right, Jesse, going one. Jesse, are you sleeping, Jesse? All right, I kicked you out, Jesse. If you want to come back up, come back up. Alan, give me your thoughts, Alan.
I would like to talk about. We could still go back to our discussion about the prompt, but I would like to talk about that Tucker Carlson comment now,
Go
since
ahead. Go ahead, Daniela.
Danielle
Go ahead, Daniela can talk
Daniela's.
about it.
Well, I just want to know how his statement was anti-Semitic when he said absolutely nothing about Jewish people.
I quote, people in power 2,000 years ago eating hummus around a table. What is the rhetoric today? Who is in control of
Do
the world?
do 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 Roman? Did Romans not eat? Romans?
No, Romans did not eat hummus. But okay. What is the rhetoric of today? Who owns and runs the world? Who is in
No,
power?
did Romans not eat hummus back then? I'm just trying to
No,
figure out.
no. Now
That's a
again,
lie. That's an absolute fucking
now
lie.
again, can
You
you
dirty
breathe?
Jews are always fucking lying.
Oh,
You
okay, so
fucking
you're the
Satan
Okay,
same
Zio
damn it.
bitch.
way. So why are you like that? You're the same exact way. You're coming up here and saying, "Hey,
I
look,
hate Jewish people, yes. And you know what? Tucker Carlson was right. You dirty fucks killed Charlie
uh,
Kirk. You trying to blame it on leftists.
what,
And how
get the fuck out of here, Alan."
Easy.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought he was defending it from a Christian standpoint, not an anti. But once again, whatever. Eric, what do you got, Eric?
Dave, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I agree with your photo 100%. I want to clarify one thing real quick. One of the previous ladies you had up like 7 minutes ago who was stressing facts said there were two unalive black men hanging from trees in Mississippi. That's a lie. One was black, the other was white. His name was Corey Zukatis, and they're both found dead hanging from trees in Mississippi on the same day. But for some reason, we're only hearing about the black one, not the white man. So I just
Yeah,
wanted to
but
clarify
has
that. That's all.
didn't the police come out and say we don't know how they got there?
They said that, but now like Colin Kaepernick's getting involved. Ben Crump went down there.
Oh
He's
fuck yeah!
so it's turning into this big thing. But it's like, why are you not paying attention to the white guy, Corey Zukatis? Go check him out. Why is he not? Why are they not looking into his death? You know what I mean? Just a black guy, not the white guy. It's
The
crazy. That's
racist
all.
dream teams heading into town.
Yeah, but I just want to clarify that because the lady was saying facts and facts and facts to you, and she said two black guys. She was wrong. One was black, one was white. The irony of her saying facts. Dave, have a good day, brother. Got to go.
Be good, bro. I appreciate you.
All right, you got it. Bye-bye.
Up there
I
in the top
have the
right. Get where you
Dave,
from?
I
Get
have that
what?
article. Send it to you. I'll have that article. Send it to you about the
Okay,
white kid that got hung.
thank you. Get where you from?
I'm from Jersey.
What brings you up, sir?
Well, obviously I follow you for a long time as well as Daniela, but I think, what Daniela said is factual. And I think anyone with a brain and understands the narrative with regards to the council that he was referring to would understand what it meant. And
I'll be honest with you, Get. You could call me a moron. I have no problem with that. But like, I'm not. I sitting there. I did not take it as that way. However, when Daniela explains it to me, now I get it. Right? Like, I get why it comes off as, it's Tucker being Tucker.
Well, no, it's Tucker being an anti-Semite, and the only reason
Well,
why
that's what you
that was shielded for years is because he was on Fox News, until he wasn't on Fox News, and then the real Tucker Carlson was exposed. But the issue that you're talking about, I don't think that. To be fair to both sides, I think injustice is injustice, but there's no. I don't even think it's an issue of debate, honestly. I understand why you're doing it, but it's factual, right? It's almost counterintuitive. You look at Antifa.
Wait, debate about what? Are you talking about
your prompt? I'm talking about your prompt.
I thought you were still talking about.
No. The point about Daniela is obvious. Anyone that understands the scrolls of Elder Zion, that narrative, that Jews control the world, anybody that has half a brain and knows history would know that what she's saying is 100% accurate. But anyway, irrespective of that point, to respond to your prompt, I would say that the reason why it's counterintuitive is because their whole premise, the people that side with the bottom part of your prompt, is that violence justifies the means. And I think that will never change. No matter what we say or talk about, it's factual. And don't even look at the one instance that you're talking about, which is the response to Charlie Kirk versus George Floyd. Look at what happened afterwards throughout the country after that summer that you were talking about. The deaths, the murders by Antifa, the way they acted in all different parts of the country, irrespective about the injustice that was done. Injustice doesn't justify violence. And I think there's the difference between how responders to Charlie Kirk handle it and how they do to George Floyd. And even the leaders of both sides, if you want to call them that, don't call for the same type of response.
And one thing I thought about yesterday is name one Democrat that could get 200,000 people to show up in any U.S. city. If Joe Biden, I don't like his policies. He's a good man. I don't want him to die. But if Joe Biden died today, he could not get 200,000 people in Dover, Delaware, let alone anywhere else in the country. There's a lot of people. RFK Jr. could draw a crowd. Trump would. Any of the Trumps would. And that's why I keep going back to the just brutal fact and the good fact for people like myself. The Democrats are a dying breed in this country. There's no doubt about it. And it's because of shit like this.
It's my dog. I'm sorry.
I'm sure it wasn't
my dog. I have an Israeli dog. So what I would say about that is I think there are some Democrats that would draw that crowd.
Who?
I think the Raging Cajun would. I think Cornel West probably would.
James Carville. Most of America has no clue who that is.
Cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.
Keep going. James Carville would not. The closest one might be Bernie, actually.
Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, Bernie has a following.
I don't know. I think Cornel West would. I think there are several.
No.
Yeah, he has a huge following.
You put Cornel West in the center of Philadelphia, he might get 60,000.
I don't know. I think that there are some Democrats that would draw that crowd. I don't think it's necessarily the people you mentioned, but I think some people would. And I think if we might have to labor to figure that out, but I think you could. But it's not about popularity. It's about justice.
No, it is. No, that's fine. I get it. It's also about that. But what I'm saying is that the fact you have Charlie Kirk getting 200,000 people, or whatever the number was, I don't know what it was officially, that just shows the Republican movement, the pro-God movement is growing much greater than I ever I believed that it was growing. Like, I knew it was, but I didn't know at that pace.
You there, Dave? Yesterday?
What, Daniela?
Were you there yesterday at the funeral?
Oh, I saw it, Daniela. I was watching.
Oh, I thought you were like physically there.
No, okay. down below. Redhead.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
Unfortunately, Illinois.
Why is that unfortunate?
It's a blue state being dragged through the mud by J.D. Pritzker.
All right. And what do you want to add to this conversation, kind sir?
I just want to state I agree with everything, but the question I always ask the left in response to your prompt and everything: when is the last time you ever seen Nancy Pelosi and the entire left drop a knee on Capitol Hill to incite what they incited during that? They didn't even drop knees or anything for their senator that was unalived. What, 3 weeks ago, a month ago?
I'm with you.
It was 2 months ago.
Okay, 2 months ago. But anyway, Pelosi and the entire left dropped the knee for Floyd just to piss people off even more. But they don't even do it for their own side, and then now they try to blame the right for all the violence and so on and so forth. I just wanted to state that because when I ask it of the leftists, they can never have a response or an answer.
I appreciate that. My Black, what's going on, my Black? You're back.
The people who are responsible for all of the political violence that we see are white people.
I got you. So my question for you, I think when it comes to political violence, I think it seems like that way, right? I think it is white people. However, the majority of them are on that.
Why is that? Why are you guys so violent?
Wait, I'm so sorry.
Dude.
Oh, stop. I don't want to hear from anybody but Black. The majority of them, I acknowledge that they are white. You acknowledge that the majority of them are Democrats?
Actually, they're white. Why?
Wait, Black, are you not that bright? Like, what's going on? I asked you directly a question.
No, I do not. The guy from top.
Okay,
Trump
so let's go through the list of Democrats, and then you give me the list of Republicans. You had Charlie Kirk. You had Donald Trump twice. The Democrat in Minnesota, her and her husband got murdered. That was a Democrat.
No.
Wait, what?
No, that was not.
That was an employee of the government.
The fact that
Wait, hold on 1 second. Stop. Once again, don't embarrass yourself, Black. I talk shit on you. Don't come up here and embarrass yourself again.
You are making a ridiculous claim.
So give me the list of the Steve Scalise shooting. That was a Bernie Sanders supporter. So
yes,
give me
another white guy.
Another white guy. So once again, give me the list of Democrat or Republicans that are doing it. Go ahead.
Bro, you are trying to bifurcate it in terms of party. That is so ridiculous.
But
these are
why
white
is it that wait, Black, once again, please. I'm saying you're dumb as fuck. Please don't.
You're dumb as fuck.
Okay.
No, you know. Actually, you know you're dumb. That's why you try to drop me.
I'm the dumb one. You're the smart one. No problem. No problem. We'll get that out of the way. I'm the dumb one. You're the smart one.
Can we go back to the prompt? You know you're dumb. Can we go back to the prompt?
Wait, hold on 1 second. Just hold on 1 second, Black. Okay. I acknowledge that these political shootings are done by white people. Why is it that you cannot acknowledge that they're Democrats? Why is that?
I actually don't care what party white people are coming from who are doing all of this crazy shit. I'm asking you as a white man who understand white people, what the fuck is going on with you guys?
And I think that's fair because, and let me give you a couple points. Is number one, in this country, if it's a political shooting, most likely it's somebody that looks like me. If it's a school shooting, most likely it's somebody like me. If it's a mass shooting anywhere, a mall, a movie theater, wherever, most likely it's somebody like me. But even with all that factored in, over half.
That's a lot.
Hold on 1 second.
If it's J6, it's like you.
There was no shooting on. Wait, hold on 1 second. Black, please don't be dumb.
No, dude, you're dumb. And everybody listening to this can understand that. You're trying to deflect.
Just hear me out, Black. Hear me out, okay? I give you 3 different types of shootings that if they happen, most likely it's the white folk, right? But even
we knew this guy who did Charlie Kirk was right before they.
Hold on, Black. Why is it, even with all that factored in, black people are still committing over half the murders in this country.
Bro, check this out. Here's the stat.
Wait, can you acknowledge that? Can you acknowledge that? Yes or no?
No, in terms of unaliveness,
black,
no.
it's a dead end conversation.
70,000 white people unalive per year.
Acknowledge that, then you're
by
the
white
problem.
people.
You're the problem. Point
blank.
blank.
Look, do you know? Why are you ignoring that over 100,000 white people are unalived every year by white people? 100,000 per year. In 10 years, that's 1 million people. You guys have killed 1 million of yourselves in 10 years.
Can you acknowledge that over half the murders in this country with a gun are committed by black people?
Bro, you're talking about one type of violence.
I got you.
You're not talking about all.
I got you. Black, can you acknowledge that? Yes or no?
Bro, there is a high count of black people committing murders with firearms, but there is an even higher count of white people who are dying by way of white people.
Okay,
this is what you.
So black, just yes or no? Yes or no, black? Yes or no? Can you acknowledge?
Charlie Kirk was unalived by a white guy. That's the issue that you guys have. You never focus on the risk factor within your own proximity, which is actually about 100,000 per year. That is nowhere close to what's happening with black people.
I got you. Black, just very simple question. Can you acknowledge that over half?
Why are you guys so violent?
Wait, if black people are committing over half the murders, who's the more violent one?
Black people commit crimes within their own community. White people
that's not considered violent
within their own community, and you guys are prolific. What the hell is going on?
But black, why is it that you can't acknowledge my question? Do you acknowledge that more?
I actually already did, brother, and I moved on.
I just want a yes or no.
Other part of the equation actually is. Look, I already acknowledged a part of that. Can we now talk about? Can we now talk about the Mount Rushmore of unalivements by white people that you ignore every year?
And
100,000 of you.
Where'd you get 100,000?
Let me tell you how. So
no,
70,000 per
I don't
year.
want your bullshit, black. I don't want your dumb
Tell me right,
hey
guys, white people do not like to hear about the shit they got going on.
Tell me the source.
I'm telling you the source. The FBI.
Go ahead.
The FBI.
All right, how do I pull it up? Where do I go?
We'll go to the FBI's website.
All right.
Type this in, and it'll bring you all the sources. Type in white. I'll say unalivements, but you know how to translate that. White unalivements by ODs. Do that. That's 70,000 per year with a drug syndicate underneath it.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
That's your crack epidemic.
Once again, I agree.
Criminals, everything. 70,000 black or white people are unalived every year. People, he don't want y'all to know that. And 35,000 are suicide.
Stop
they kill each other.
Yourself,
that's 100,000 caskets each year. White people create.
Black. What I'm talking about is a human being going and taking another human being's life, right?
I'm saying
black. Please don't talk when I talk. Please don't talk when I talk. Okay? Don't talk when I talk. I acknowledge.
Look it up, guys. And it's on my feed, guys. All this shit. Go on.
Okay. I acknowledge that drugs are a huge problem in this country. I'm thankful that Trump won in November. That dumpster fire Harris is not in charge. He is trying to do something. It's a good thing.
No, he's not.
I'm so sorry.
No, he's not. No, he's not. Because otherwise,
hold on.
Otherwise, we would have National Guard in those places, getting rid of the drug syndicates that support unaliving 70,000 white people per year on schmugs.
Who designated these narco terrorists as a terrorist group?
Narco terrorists as a terrorist group in other countries. In other countries, Trump, but not in this country. Why didn't
a Democrat do that?
Huh?
Why didn't a Democrat do that?
I don't know why a Democrat didn't do that.
I got you. And then, have you seen the videos of Trump?
But Trump is still not solving the problem here.
You're talking when I talk? Did you see the videos of them bombing a boat coming from Venezuela with drones?
Oh, man. You know that's bullshit. The issue is here. Why
Okay.
are you guys unaliving each other here?
But
Why do you have such
Black,
why do you have
Black,
such a
and
lack of
just
self-discipline?
very bluntly, Black. People like you, right? You're the problem, right? You are the
Oh,
problem.
I'm the problem
Ignorant,
because I brought
refusing
information
to
to the fore.
recognize facts, and it is what it is. You're the problem, sir. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, you guys see the bullshit, right? You see the skewed bullshit. They unalive over 100,000 of themselves each year, tragically. These are caskets. Yet he deflects that the problem is the 11,000 black people who are unalived by firearms each year. Do you see the bullshit?
I got you.
Exactly.
So you're saying that because more white people, sorry, overdose on drugs, that
Have
should
no self-control.
Okay. Okay, fair enough. Do you think that overrides the murders that black people commit in this country?
No, because it's not a competition.
Okay. So what can we do? Just imagine this, my black. If I could fill the boxes with 8 African Americans that came up here and said, "Look, there's a problem within the community. Let's have like a think tank and come up with some ideas on how to fix it." Um, let's pretend you are that type of person. What are some things you would propose in the black community?
And that's what the problem is. Guys, you saw what I just said. He's talking about shit that never even affects him. He doesn't care enough about his own community to fix his own community. He wants to talk about the puny 11,000 murders that are done in the black community, but he will not face the over 100,000 that happen per year. That's a million over 10 years that are happening in his community.
Okay, so how about this?
May I interject real quick?
Stop, no, stop down there. Stop. I don't need to hear you. So what I'll do is I'll give an idea.
Tough to hear.
Stop. Hold on one second. I'll give an idea on what we could do to cut down on the overdose deaths, and you give me an idea on what we could do.
Will you do it though?
Okay,
will you do it?
I'll start. Okay.
Don't white lives matter?
Wait, what?
Why don't you follow through with those recommendations?
So I'll start. I think in places that are filled with drugs, I think we should get more recovery homes inside those areas quickly. What's something?
What about the crime that makes it happen?
Wait, hold on one second. Give me an idea that will help cut down on less black people murdering Americans. Go ahead.
Hey, how about this? How about I deal with black people that 11,000, and how about you deal with white people the over 100,000?
You see what I'm talking about, Black? You see what I'm talking about? You're too
because you're irresponsible. You're not focusing on your own community.
Okay, and that's the problem, Black. That is the problem, right? You want to sit there and say, "Well, Dave, worry about your own." Okay, no problem. So I said we'll go one for one. I'll propose an idea. You give me an idea. I give one, and you have no clue. No clue. Okay, where you from? Okay, where you from? All right, Gregory. Thank you for stopping by. Team, where you from?
Alabama.
What brings you up, sir?
I heard you talking to Black. Now, the first thing I would do is, sir, is we could open up more for training facilities, after school programs. A lot of the programs that was designed to help the youth in black communities were shot down. They did not get enough funding. I would push for more funding to open up, and not even just funding for blacks. I would open up funding for all black, white. It wouldn't matter, to help. Now, in y'all community, for the opioid problem, which it is the highest, for some reason at this point in history, that um a lot of people are losing their life due to opioids. Yes, and that would be the higher number with the white community. Now, with the black community, our black on black crime is definitely at an all-time high rate, and it's because of poverty. um that I
Are there
feel that
not
okay.
white people in poverty?
No, I didn't say white people. I didn't say white, but you do have some white people in poverty too. Yes, yes, sir. It's just not black people that's in
So
poverty.
why aren't
But
the white people in poverty murdering other people? I don't get that.
no, no, they're actually people deal with things into a different It goes into a culture thing to a certain degree. But you
So
do
how do
have
we
if
fix
you
the culture?
sir listen, if you do go to which website is it? You have a lot of white on white crime too. So when we say when you have to give these numbers too, so go look at your white on white crime. Your number is significantly higher, and it may be higher than black on black crime.
Higher in which
But
area?
but when I just gave it to you,
Higher
see,
in which area?
so can I finish, sir?
No, you
So
you said something. You said it's white. The
yeah,
white
you
crime is
hire
higher
you
in which
hire
area?
in. Okay, you have white on white crime, and you also have a opioid problem. I think that and I gave it to you. Blacks have a problem with black on black crime. Now,
So just give
to
me one
fix,
sentence. Give me your best sentence. Why is it that black people are
sir,
responsible?
sir, okay, okay, sir.
Hold on one second. Answer me directly.
Okay,
Why is
poverty
it?
is a big
So,
key in our community. Like
but there
the
are white people in poverty. So first things
God,
first.
fuck, man. You keep saying I'm trying to tell you, bro. We don't have enough programs. We need programs. We need to pull this youth up. I work with the youth every day, black and white. Sir, 24/7. Now, the thing is that we need to get more into these neighborhoods. We need to get more into the communities. We need to pull everyone together as one to try to give these people at a young age some things to do. Now with the black community, yes, they do have a problem with black on black crime. But now when it comes to the white community, this is what I have seen of period of time, like coming up and dealing with white kids. Like for some reason, they they go to the opioids. Young kids, they take a lot of pills. Um,
Okay, so
and
just keep it simple for me. Why is the solution not the National Guard or more police officers on the street?
because you got to understand that those programs, I mean, those things do not work when it comes to you dealing with a human being. First thing, when a human being sees
Stop.
someone,
Okay, stop. Answer me directly, please. Can you tell me an area in this country where we've had more law enforcement present and murders have gone up?
sir, do you want to have a conversation or you just want to pivot it for the reason because I'm actually showing you the problem. Black kids and
No,
white
no, no,
kids.
sir.
Sir, listen, sir. When I see when black kids
Stop,
and white, and
stop, stop,
if you
stop,
deal
stop,
with
stop, stop,
if you
stop,
deal with
stop,
youth,
stop,
sir,
stop,
if you
stop. Okay, here. What I'll do
sir,
is I'll drop you.
okay,
I'll
goodbye. I
respond,
got a
and then your
platform too, sir.
dumbass,
I got a
your
platform.
dumbass could come back up and respond. Okay. To me, it's very simple. Okay. Whenever we sit there and say we have to have after school programs for kids, all about that. There was one person that came up in the last couple weeks and said, look, the areas that are full of poverty, they don't have air conditioning in the school. Okay, no problem. Let's work on that. So it's either we focus on that, okay, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with focusing on long term things that will help the next generation, right? But why is the answer not more police on the street? Right? We just had the National Guard in DC, crime went down. And to me, if you come up here like the last idiot and the answer is not more police instantly, then you don't give a fuck about your own. You don't care about black lives, you don't care about American lives, because it is well documented. More police on the streets equals less gun violence, less murders. But you dumbasses cannot process that for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't get it.
Hey, sir, if you, I don't know how old you are, sir, but at a previous time in life, okay, when you come and you say more police is on the street, I'm talking about everyday humans that have to deal with the youth. Us as people, me, you, and everyone else, kids as growing up, when they see law enforcement, guess what? They be intimidated. Young kids, white kids, black kids do not want to see officers in in all these uniforms. I'm telling you, it's the eye that the thing of the eye actually scares kids. They don't want to deal with that. It takes us to get into the communities, have these programs where we can reach out and grab the kids. And then I hear you talk this bullshit about black and fucking white. Listen, man, I'm by far could be the racist motherfucker in the world, but you know what? I'm racist against those who racist against me. Now, but when it comes to an average human being, a person that's got understanding and want to help, the things that I have heard you say, oh, black, black, black. No, it's not a black thing. It's not a white thing. It's a us thing because you have to allow yourself to see the bigger picture. Now, when you talking about police and this and that there, guess what? Do you know how many kids run from the police? And it's just not black, brother. It's white too. They
Okay.
are afraid.
Okay.
They
All
don't
right.
want to
So
have.
do you?
They want to
Okay.
deal with people.
Stop.
So
I let you go on. I let you go on. Okay. Do you acknowledge that hypothetically, if we take Chicago, New York, and you left? All right. Good talk. And I'm just telling you, I'm being dead serious. Is it's people like that and my black. I forget what the rest of his username was. That's why things are never going to get fixed. If you can't come up and acknowledge that A, there's a problem, and B, the quickest solution. Okay, I acknowledge that the long-term solutions, I'm all about it, no problem. But the quickest solution right now is more police on the streets equals less Americans dying. Doesn't matter if you're white or black. But yet, every day, every morning, you guys come up here with this bullshit narrative. All right,
This has
they,
been
here we go,
this has been
they.
entertaining, man. You've got some beautiful guests on here that have just came up with all kinds of nonsense. I don't understand why they just think more government intervention with programs is going to all of a sudden turn us into a utopia. It makes no sense. I mean, it blows my mind. Yeah, comparing drug overdose to unalivings
I didn't
is
drop on
like
you. Hey,
apples to
excuse me.
oranges.
Hey, they did it. Listen, when I say
Yeah,
programs, let me explain this to you, sir. Um,
programs.
I don't know if y'all have dealt with kids, but I deal with them on a
I have
regular.
two. I
Okay,
have
we
two
got a big
kids.
program here that where we deal with it, and that's why I said black and white. Now you know how many kids that we have pulled off of white kids and black kids that we have
Uh,
pulled off of drugs. I'm gonna say we can say that word. We have put out
at what
smugs.
age
Okay,
are you
now when you
talking?
come
Are
to
you
say
talking
more
like
policing,
teenagers?
do not get me the hold on, sir. Don't get me wrong. Policing is a great thing in certain areas. That you're exactly right, sir. You're gonna do that. But when these police leave, guess what? It's still stuck up to the people in the community. You're trying to make it. And then, sir, when you came up, the first thing you said, oh well, why is programs? Why is this right here? Now I want you to go back and look at statistics. At the time we had programs in play, at the times we had go programs in play, you had less kids in jail, you had less kids on drugs. When you had
At what
more,
time are you
no,
talking
sir,
about?
sir,
He
look at
has
the
no
numbers.
clue. He's just talking out of his ass.
You's a
Yeah, you're just
fucking lie,
talking
man.
broadly.
Dumb
You're
Listen,
as
you know
talking
what?
very
hell.
I
broadly.
feel that. I feel that. Listen, this the
Dumb as
problem right here.
hell.
I feel this the problem right here. Y'all are some listen, and I'm just gonna call it like it is.
And now we're the
Y'all
problem.
are talking about all the bad shit. Y'all are not talking about nothing that's trying to help the community. Only thing y'all talking
Well,
about
I
is
know when the
police.
government
Okay,
gets involved, we only
okay.
see
And then
negative. We
and
don't
then
really see it.
when you come with policing, the black community has had the worst problem with policing because guess what? Go look at your numbers since you want to look at how many black people
Because
have
you're
been
trying to tell
unalive.
people that
How many
police are
black people have
bad.
been unalive? How many black people have been unalive by
Not as many
police
as white
for,
people have been unalive by policing.
that had no gun? Man, y'all are sick in the fucking head. And then if
The
you go by the
same thing
numbers,
with
if
the
you go no, hold
white
on.
people
Since
are
you want to crank that
also
shit up, bro.
unalived by
Listen,
police.
since you want to crank that shit up, let's
Are
go by
how
this right
many
here.
Bringing
white
that shit
people
White
are
up.
people at a
unalived by
mass had
police, sir?
destroyed more black people by numbers than anything in history. They came in droves
But
and
white
destroyed
people are
every fucking
also
thing.
unalived by cops too, and you're not
You
even
one stupid
acknowledging that.
motherfucker, man. You don't got
All
no
right.
clue. You
Where's
just
Now
the
want to
you're
come up
name
numbers?
here. You
Where are the
seen
calling
the host
because
numbers?
you're
don't
a
help.
child.
You seen the host, which I would give the host this. The host did say one thing. The host said, "Hey, guess what?
Can we agree that it's a problem? You right. You came up here and want to just suck on the host dick because you don't have no crew. You's a racist motherfucker, man.
No,
That's
hey,
Wow, you got a lot out of me in a small amount of
yeah,
time
you
there,
right.
bud.
That's what you are. You one racist,
Figure it
ice
out.
bucket looking
How'd you
motherfucker.
know?
That's what you is, man. You was a fucking pig, man. You came up here with some
Oh,
bullshit when the host was actually trying to give something out. Yes, did I agree with the shit the host was saying? No. But did I understand that he said we have a problem? Yeah.
then
But
why
you
are
come up,
you
oh, these some
emotional and
ignorant motherfuckers.
screaming?
They just doing this here. It's
Why are
motherfuckers
you
like you.
emotional and
It's
screaming right now
motherfuckers
if
like
you're
you.
so
Hey,
good?
host, listen, I respect anybody platform, but when you have, and I understand why you may don't want to lose this
Hey,
motherfucker, this apple eating orange potato head looking motherfucker, because he's some shit. See, that's what we have to realize when you get
but
people like him
all right,
that
team,
gaslight
focus on
oh,
me for
situations,
a
people
minute
dick
like
then.
sucking
me.
ass, dick sucking, butt breaking ass motherfuckers. See, people
You
like you,
sound
you
like
want
a
to lay around,
2-year-old,
get on these
man.
motherfucking apps and talk that
You
shit.
sound like a
See, and
kid.
then and
You're
then look,
arguing
let's
like
talk
a
about this
kid.
since you want to bring up some shit. Who leads in goddamn DVs? Who leads in goddamn child molestation toward kids? Let's do that. You have a problem in your community too, motherfucker. So look, host, guess what? Host,
Yeah,
you
and
are
I'm
talking some
against
good
it, and I
shit,
hope
host.
that
We
they
do
all
got a problem.
burn.
But this
And
motherfucker right here
All
I
right,
is
think
the
we
hold
should
type of
do
on.
motherfucker when a
castration.
Stop,
kid go in his
stop,
house,
stop.
he run up under the bed because he think this motherfucker finna go touch on him at night. Man, fuck you.
Good,
Is that
calm
a mic
down, man.
drop? I felt the mic drop there. Definitely, no doubt, no doubt. All right, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
And once
yeah,
again, team, that's what I'm talking about. Is I think a lot of you struggle to have a conversation and acknowledge facts.
yeah. It would take a little bit of slowing down your emotions and talking like an adult.
Alicia, where you from?
I'm not telling you where I'm from. I
Okay.
don't. I
America?
don't do
How
that
about
on social
America? Are you
media.
from America?
All right, hold on there. Let me just talk to Alicia. Go ahead, Alicia. What brings you up, love?
Um, do you have any children?
What that does not matter. Just what
Because
brings you
that,
up?
I'm gonna tell you what I
I
think.
have two.
Okay, okay. Here,
I'm gonna tell
they.
you.
Hold on. Let me get
I'm gonna
rid of
tell
they.
you.
Let me get rid of they. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I have children. Okay.
Okay.
And the man that was trying to converse with you, I don't think you're really serious about resolving the problem because I think you're putting on a show.
Okay, so okay, no problem. So let's just say hypothetically, you live in a city that has a lot of gun violence. All right, and you're the mayor of that city. How do you get instant results to?
Let me give you a little background history
No,
about
no,
me.
no, 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 no. I
No,
don't care about
no,
your LinkedIn
no,
profile. I
no,
don't give a
no. I'm
fuck.
gonna tell you because
Answer my question
I was
directly.
involved, and we got rid of the smugs and the G violence off of that was in our communities in the '90s. I was a part of that.
How? How were you
Crime
involved in it?
bill, the crime
How were
bill.
you involved in it?
My mother was the captain of the block unit. We have block units in our community. We had meetings every week. We invited the police captain to our meetings. We have the neighborhood watch people in that was part of our committees, and we acted upon. This was throughout the black community. We got the politicians involved. We got the the people that consider themselves civil rights activists involved, and that's how we came up with the crime bill. Okay,
Okay.
the
So
problem with the crime. Let me finish. If you notice, you don't see very many C addicts, right? Because it was serious. So what we did, the problem that I saw from that was the sentencing. Okay, and I tell people the sentencing was mandatory. That actually was horrible because you had black people getting sentenced for C the crack. I don't know if I can say that. Where you had the white people for the cocaine was getting a lesser of a sentencing. So especially in the red states. So that was the terrible thing that happened with that crime bill. But in the end, you don't see very many crack cocaine. But I'm gonna tell you something. That whole era is created what you see today. That
okay.
whole D era. But I tell we used to we used to tell people black people don't fly any drugs into this country. Black people don't bring them in on the ship. Somebody, which in my opinion was a cartel that was infesting the black community with drugs.
All right, very
We
simple
cleaned it
questions.
up. We cleaned it up. But let
Of
me say
course.
this. Let me finish.
Alicia, stop,
What I
please.
did.
Stop,
One
Alicia.
more thing.
Stop,
One more thing.
Alicia.
One more
Alicia.
thing. One more thing. What I
Alicia.
did. What?
Alicia, stop. The question is if you are a mayor of a city with horrendous gun violence, what would you do?
I just
Answer my.
told you what I did. We did. Didn't
Give
I
me.
just tell you?
I'm gonna be honest. My attention span is not that
I
great.
think it is. But I wanted
Um,
to add one more thing. We
okay,
also came with programs like he said for the youth. We did that too.
I got you.
I started a
Stop, Alicia.
basketball
Stop,
team.
Alicia. Very bluntly,
You
would
know, that's
more?
what I'm saying. You're
Of
not
course,
serious, sir.
of course. Yes, I'm not serious.
I don't think you're serious.
I got you. So
I really don't.
hypothetically, you're the mayor. Would you put more or less police officers on the
I
street?
would, if you need more police officers, then you get, yes, put more police officers. That's
Okay,
what you need.
great. Do
But I
you
think you
agree,
need, I
Alicia?
think
I
you
just want
need,
short
let me
answers.
finish.
I
Let
swear
me
to you,
finish.
Alicia, I did
Let
not
me
open this
finish.
app to hear you fucking ramble.
You know
I
what? Can you
promise
be
you that.
respectable? I don't curse, sir.
Okay,
Don't
so
curse me.
Alicia, do you
Don't
want
curse
to answer
me.
the questions in a short and sweet way, or do I drop your ass?
You don't do whatever you want to do, sir. You
Okay,
don't.
I
That's why I
want you
said
to
you're not
answer the
serious.
questions
You're
directly.
not serious. You're not serious.
Of course, I'm not serious. So
You know,
do you agree with me that more law enforcement on the streets helps cut
community
down on
policing.
gun violence? Yes or
Community
no?
policing. It really did not. It took a village of people to do it, not just the police. That's my point. That's what white people don't understand.
Wait,
Black
Alicia,
people,
just
we have
very
a village.
directly.
We
Alicia,
have a
Alicia,
village. We don't have just police, sir.
Alicia, what is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
I said to you, I did not open up this app to hear you ramble. And
You
I would
asking
love
me a
to have a
question?
conversation.
You asking me
I,
a question, sir?
yes, I just want yes, no
I
answers.
can answer, but you know what? I can answer the question. Every question is not a yes or no answer. Let me
Wait,
ask you a
what?
question. Let me ask
No,
you a
Alicia,
question.
very, very simply. Alicia,
I do really have a question for you. Seriously. I'm
Alicia.
serious. I have a question for you. Can
All
I
right,
ask you a
Alicia, I
question?
appreciate your time. I hope you have a great day. Once again, why is it that the majority of people coming up here can't acknowledge facts and cannot answer questions? Why is that?
You say you're gonna do the shit, do the shit. Don't play with it. You went through all that, the goddamn sign up, go to school, to do that shit
Wait,
right.
Jay, are you talking to me?
So I'm telling you, I'm
Jay,
not going through all that if I ain't planning on finishing that motherfucker or playing around with that at all. I'm not going through all that shit.
are you talking to me? Jay?
Once I get to filling out applications and motherfucking getting shit for the shit, I'm doing the shit all the way.
Jay's about to fuck somebody's day up, I'll tell you that much. I don't know who he's pissed off at, but he's pissed off at somebody.
Man, I see that you. Okay, this is what I want to say, bro. When I was trying to make the statement before I was interrupted by the dude that you brought up here, yes, you're talking on this platform as what's the solution? Yes, more policing would be a good thing. But
Perfect.
okay. So when I told you to go look at the numbers at the time when programs were in play, kids were in
I'm
black
not
and white
disputing that.
kids.
I'm not disputing
Okay,
that. I'm
okay,
not disputing
black.
that.
Hold on. Black and white kids. Guess what? You had less white kids on opioids. You had more black kids on black on black crime because they was doing things, sir. They was actually active. They had places to go instead of just going home, getting on a video game, taking too much time. Okay, so now when you come and you say, hey, guess what? The black on black in our community, because that's what you was stoked on when you and my black was up here talking. Yes, we do, brother. I'm not gonna deny that. We do. But guess what? We are working on to hardest what we need to do. And when you say the mayors these mayors and governors, guess what? Man, these people do not give a fuck about the communities once they're elected in office. All they care about is their own. You can see that. That's a big thing that we have to get together and try to change within the communities.
All
We
right,
do.
can I respond? Can I
I,
respond?
I don't. Yeah, hold
Come on,
on.
bro. You're rambling. Come
Go
on.
ahead.
Have a fucking
Go,
conversation.
go,
Okay,
go
please.
ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't understand why if people that are living in these communities, the first answer is not instantly more police on the streets. And we started off minutes ago, and you were saying more police is essentially a bad thing.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not one time. Ask your chat. I never said that.
Okay.
I never said that police was a bad thing. See, you want to hear what you want to hear because that's the narrative that you want to push.
But then
I
why did I wait? I asked you a follow up question and I said, show me a time where less police on the streets, or I'm sorry, I said point out a time where more police led to more gun violence, and you pivot it to the school programs. I acknowledge that long term programs to help the next generation, 100% with you, bro, 100%. Okay, but when there are Democratic mayors and governors saying we don't want the National Guard or more law enforcement, that's the problem. That's the quick fix that everybody should realize that is needed.
Okay,
More
so when you
law
have the
enforcement on
Republican
the
Party,
streets.
when we have a gun problem, when you have the Republican Party, they need to come up with they need to come up with something harder to keep these guns away from you know, I think there should be stricter rules or anything that you could come up with. Man, I watched the news the other day. I mean, you watched the news too, and I'm pretty sure. Man, you have kids, 13, 14 years old, they mom and parents buy these kids these weapons. You telling me a 13, I know in my household, in most, and I can say this, and it's sad to say, but facts are facts. Um, Black people households, they do not give their kids guns. They don't. I have watched the news where the white people say, okay, well, I bought him this gun, these guns, they buy them these type of guns. I'm talking about all types whatsoever. Then, okay, just like we have that bad problem within the community with our people, y'all have a bad problem within y'all community. Look at all the school pew we having going on right now. I could speak all day long about my community, the problem that I have, but I would love for you to speak about and get out here and get in front of the programs. I mean, and get out in front of the problem that you have in your community. Because listen, I deal with kids, bro. And I'm gonna say this here.
Oh my
I got
god!
I had
Stop!
a
Stop!
13-year
Stop!
old
Stop!
kid.
You're like listening to you is like nails on a fucking chalkboard. Okay,
Okay, go
you want
ahead.
to sit there and say that mass shootings and school shootings and political shootings, most likely a white person. I'm on board with that. I could acknowledge that, but the overall numbers don't lie. They're not racist. The numbers can't be racist. There are more black people committing murder using a gun every year in this country, and it's getting worse. Okay, so for people like you to come up here and give me this roundabout bullshit instead of saying, I need more police on the streets,
Dave,
that's a
do you
problem.
think police is okay? Would police stop school pewings, more police in places would it stop more school pewings when they plan them out for years or 6 months? See, that's what you see. Black police is being in our neighborhoods. It's certain things that's going to happen in society. We know that. Yes, we do have to work on it, but it's not going to happen. Do you think police and more police is on the street would stop? Since you want to say our community, do you think more police in our community will stop the things that white men do to little kids? Because they leading in essays. I'm talking about the number is doubling. And I seen we had a little. I'm gonna tell you a sad story. And then I had a little 13-year-old kid, white kid, the other day. The kid came to basketball practice. I said, "What's wrong with your son?" We had to take this kid and go down the tournament. He said every time his daddy come in the house, a white guy, his little brother go run and hide up under the bed because of the things he had been doing to him. Y'all leading those type of things. Y'all man are not functioning correctly, sir. When it comes to that, yes, do we have to sit down and talk to our kids about, hey, look here, when you on them streets, you don't need these guns. Why are y'all caught up in this rap music? Why are y'all doing these things that you see? Yes, you are right. So when I say this, the mind is a terrible thing to waste on both sides. Y'all are actually it's
All
people.
right, last question, last question, last
you,
question.
you fucking up the you fucking up the you fucking up the world, bro.
Yes, of course. So my last question to you is, why is it whenever you bring up stats about white people, I acknowledge it. But when I bring up stats about black people, you
I
are
acknowledge what you said.
hold
You
on
are
one second.
right.
Okay, so let's just wake the fuck up. Acknowledge that there's a problem, and instead of talking about long-term fixes, which I'm all about, and acknowledge they are needed, let's demand your local leaders, if you're in one of these neighborhoods, to get more police on the street. Does that make sense?
Sir, you're not you I'm telling you, more policing, yes, if that would help, yes. But you got to realize something. I don't know if you got kids or not, but when you deal with the youth, which I do, you know the first thing they say, well, you know, and I ask kids, well, why don't you want to talk to the officer? Okay, they have been told black and white, they don't want to talk to them. First of all, the
Okay,
first
so
thing
that would be the after school programs to teach the kids that cops are
exactly,
not bad. Okay,
exactly,
very
sir.
good. So
Exactly.
these are the options. One, we start after school programs and teach young kids that cops are not the bad guys,
Exactly,
and,
sir.
and that'll help us out the next generation, right? So maybe
Exactly.
a decade or two that'll pay out, or we send cops in today and cut down on murders today.
Oh Lord, Hammer, you're not gonna. It don't work like that because the same way we're talking about murder, you're not gonna stop SA the same day. You're
I,
not gonna
I
stop.
understand.
You're not
Once
gonna
again,
stop SA the same
if
day.
I'm a mayor, you can't stop every crime. 100% acknowledge that. 100% acknowledge that. However, if I put more law enforcement on the streets, that will save lives of the people that voted for me or the people that I serve that live in my city. I'm going to do that. But for some reason, there are a couple dozen cities run by Democrats in this country that refuse to put more cops on the street. That's the problem.
Well, I think cops are underpaid. They need to pay more. More will sign up for
Okay,
more
great.
jobs to get.
Okay, no
Um,
problem. All about that. No problem.
Okay,
Give them a raise.
okay, cops are underpaid. I think they need
Okay.
to be paid more. I think teachers need to be paid more.
Okay, great.
And I think that we need to, like I said, we needed to come up with a solution for. It's not just the mayor and the governor, the mayors and the governor. It's all about the people in the communities that try to build these things up. And cause guess what, a kid will listen to someone like you or me before they'll listen to a cop. It's just the eye. It's just the thing that they see as a cop. They see cops as bad. They don't want to be the first thing when kids see cops, they think of jail. They don't think of, hey, this someone can get me home. This someone can give me a solution. This someone can tell me better. It's you don't it just happened, bro. I don't know where you from. I don't know. But look, just keep doing what you're doing, man. I gotta get ready from work, bro. Some of us gotta do some things out here. And you take care, man.
Be good, brother. I appreciate you. All right.
I didn't even get
Dave,
an
I know you
apology. I
were up
thought he
here
was going to be
before.
nice.
Day.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? You were up here before. What were
Uh,
you saying?
well, I wanted to respond to, the guy that went off on me on like that's why Charlie Kirk really was pushing for the nuclear family to try to bring families together to stop things like that. Because as soon as you look into statistics of, you know, single parent homes or stepdads and things like that, that's where a lot of that is linked to. So that's why he was trying to push
But
that
he
family
blames
gathering back
everything on
together.
the white folk. He blames everything on the white folk. Lolly, what do you got, love?
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, 10th time caller here. I just want to say one thing, a few things, you know me. But first, there is no respect for law and order. So when that guy was saying about seeing a policeman and if the cop asks for an ID or anything else, instead of just handing it over, they become arrogant, they become stupid, and there's no more respect for law and order in certain places in this country. The other thing is, when it comes to our Second Amendment, and we take a look at who is doing a lot of these violent crimes, it is on the other side. What is the reason for it? The reason is every time something like this happens, what do the Democrats come out with? Oh, it's the guns, it's the guns, it's the pew pews. So are they doing this because they want to take, of course, they want to take away our Second Amendment, but this works in their favor. And until parents teach their children if a cop stops you, or if you're going to steal something and you get grabbed by a policeman, just have a little bit of respect. Just a little bit. It will take you a long way. Stop being an arrogant little fool.
Amen, Lolly.
Okay,
Well,
one more thing.
let's end on that note. Stop being an ignorant little fool. I get a conference call starting in 6 minutes. So I will be back on later on tonight. Make sure you follow me. I appreciate you guys watching. Enjoy the